see a Moai statue, or should I say a Moai statue replica. So, National Geographic came here with us and we're trying to do a test series called Walking with Giants. They're trying to figure out how they use to maneuver the guys here, or the guys on Easter Island, alright? So, again, this is a Moai statue replica. He's not one from Easter Island. Fun fact about this guy, he's about 6 tons, so he's pretty heavy, but friends, he's not even half the size of an actual Moai statue when it comes to height, okay? Now, with that, they started off at a gate at the base of Kualoa mountain behind us. They did different maneuvering tactics like zigzagging, rolling, things like that to try to figure out how they used to get these statues from place to place, alright? So again, that's called Walking with Giants. Now, on the right-hand side of our vehicle, you guys are getting to see a quick view of our ag area. So right down here is our shade house where we have some dragon fruit growing, some cacao. A little further back over is the hen's coop, the piggery, and then in the back corner here, you guys are even seeing the beekeeping area that we have. In order to learn a little bit more about that, again, the Hollywood Movie Site tour is the place to go, but you guys can also check out the farmer's market after the tour and check out some of the things by tasting stuff, right? That's one of my favorite things to do. Now, friends, let's talk about Jurassic Park, right? Because that is the movie that started it all. That is the movie that put us on the map for Hollywood. Now, that is what we are world renowned for, and a mind-blowing fact for you all is that a whopping 1% of that film took place here, and we got all the credit. Alright, so, friends, Jurassic Park actually started off being filmed on the island of Hawaii. Now, in the movie, you guys probably remember there's like a storm going on, right? So, palm trees swaying everywhere, rain coming down pretty good, live wind, right? That, my friends, was not special effects. That was actually Hurricane Aniki. So this hurricane came through and it ended up wiping out the entire movie set, leaving them having to find a new place to complete the film. So that's when they sent scouts out looking for a new place that looks pretty similar to where they had started off. They found us here at Kualoa Ranch, asked permission from the owners for filming, and they were granted that permission to complete the movie with one scene and one scene only. So friends, that was the scene with Dr. Grant and the grandkids, and they go running from the herd of Gallimimus dinosaurs. They take cover behind the dead log, and the T-Rex comes out. So as you guys look off to the right-hand side of us here, on top of that very hillside with the tree right there, that is going to be where the scenes start off. So they're browsing the valley, they recognize the herd, they're observing them for a little while, and they're like, man, those guys look like they're flocking to evade a predator. Oh, they're coming towards us. And they take off down the mountainside or the hillside, and they then come and take cover behind the log. That, friends, is when the T-Rex comes out and starts enjoying himself a meal. Now, after observing him for a couple of minutes, they start taking off from this area and cut. So that, my friends, was the one and only scene that took place with us for Jurassic Park here at Kualoa Ranch and on the island of Oahu in general, okay? So with that, this is going to be our next stop. I'm going to share with you guys that clip, that way if anybody doesn't remember it, you can look back at it and then of course compare the area, and then we'll make our way off the vehicle. Would about have a heart attack when this thing starts going off. Now, another fun thing to look for the next time you guys watch Jurassic World, I think it's Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom if I'm remembering correctly, they ended up using that same dinosaur in that film. So if you go back and pay close attention, if you're looking at the dinosaur, it's missing some teeth, there's a couple of chunks missing out of portions of its face, and that again is the same dinosaur from the very first film. So pretty awesome. Now, with that being said, another fun fact about Jurassic Park, for the scene that we just watched, my friends, those dinosaurs were cows. So they had the whole stampede of cows herded up. They sent them rushing out, but they had a couple of these sensor saddles placed across the back of a few of them in the front of the herd. That way they would be able to figure out exact placement on where to CGI in those dinosaurs. So pretty cool. So if you guys hear me later on in the tour talking about watch out for the dinosaur poop, you know, probably talking about a cow pie there, but pretty interesting how they made that movie magic come alive as well. Now friends, we're going to start making our way a little deeper into the valley here for our next photo area. With that, I always say have your phones and cameras ready. There's so much beauty around this beautiful property. you guys are taking a look at the view on the left-hand side, that roadway going directly through the middle of the valley, that is movie site lane. So if you take the movie site tour, you will be on that roadway. From here we can see a couple of things though. So if you see that chunk missing out of a little hillside there where the red dirt is, that's actually a Godzilla footprint. Beyond that partial middle tree line there, you can see the boneyard from Kong Skull Island. There's two ATVs sticking up in the air from Mike and Dave Mead wedding dates, and that's also the very roadway from 51st Dates that Lucy would travel to and from the Kualoa Cafe daily. So again, in order to see those guys up close and personal, you will need to take the Hollywood movie site tour, and there's a lot more stuff that has happened right down there. We just can't see it from here. Now, again, we are headed to our next film location. But I want you guys to know that, of course, here at Hollywood, oh my goodness, here at Kualoa Ranch, before we are anything else, we are a nature preserve, okay? So, when Hollywood comes, they do have to sign contracts agreeing to renew and restore the Aina back to its original beauty at the end of the filming process. So this, friends, explains a little bit on why Hollywood is very cheap and very fake when it comes to the props, because they are not built to last. They are built to be able to be taken down quickly at the end of the filming process, all right? And so that is why you're going to start to recognize a trend as we continue to talk about things and as we start to see a lot more of the movie set. Now, with that, of course, because you guys are on the Jurassic Adventure Tour, you're going to be seeing a lot more sets than usual because of the theme of our property, because of what we're well known for. And so with that, of course, there's going to be a lot of left behind sets for Jurassic, but most other movies and TV shows that are here on property definitely take everything back down at the end of the filming process, and it just all goes to the junkyard, okay? Now guys, coming up on the left-hand side of us, if you look down below us where those coconut trees are, this is another film location. So if you guys have seen Jumanji, welcome to the jungle. Welcome all to where Ruby Roundhouse did her dance fight scene. So this is where the transportation shed originated. Now, this is going to be one of the exceptions to something being taken down and taken to the junkyard, because the transportation shed actually was able to be repurposed and reused, and it's now the roofing portion of our piggery. Now, here on the left-hand side are a couple more rusty, broken-down hallways, and these are from Triple Frontier again. So this is going to be where the helicopter crashes with all the cash in the middle of a cocaine village, where they end up having to talk to the chief of the village and ask for supplies to keep moving their mission forward. They're finally able to convince the chief into giving them some supplies. He ends up giving them 2 donkeys to carry all their cash and a little bit of food and water and things like that. And that's then, my friends, how the whole group of them ended up with the 2 donkeys along the very high ridge line that we talked about earlier, right? Very high, 4 feet off the ground.